In this video, we are covering which premiere skins we'd like to see released for Injustice 2. What is up, YouTube? My name is Justin. This is the Den of Nerds, and today we are talking Injustice 2's premiere skins. Now, we all know that Injustice 2 has special costumes and gear you'll be able to equip to your favorite DC Comics characters. But premiere skins go beyond that. They transform your character into a completely different DC Comics hero or villain, with unique voice lines and a unique look thrown upon another character's moveset. Some premiere skins we have confirmed so far are John Stewart for Hal Jordan, Mr. Freeze for Captain Cold, Power Girl for Supergirl, and Reverse Flash for The Flash. The idea of these premiere skins opens up endless possibilities for more new and unique DC heroes and villains to join the fray, without having to put all of the work into designing a brand new character. And here on the Den, we're going to try and push this idea as far as we can take it. So here are 10 premiere skins we'd love to see in Injustice 2. And we're going to go ahead and limit this list to 1 per character, so don't expect 5 iterations of Superman. The Batman of Zirin. Have you ever wanted to see a mentally unhinged version of Batman? Look no further than the legendary Batman of Zirin. Featured during the Batman R.I.P. storyline penned by Grant Morrison, this is a version of Batman that completely deviates from the norm. After Bruce's mind shuts down after the trigger phrase Zirin is uttered, this backup personality that Bruce locked away deep in his mind so he can continue being Batman bubbles to the surface. And he is crazy. He speaks to Gotham City itself, as well as an imaginary Batmite as he continues fighting crime. This version of Batman is one you'd probably be a little wary about saving you, but we'd love to see a crazed Cape Crusader premiere skin for Batman. Emperor Aquaman. Flashpoint was a DC Comics event that really gave us a lot of interesting alternate versions of characters to work with. And it did something some people might tell you isn't possible. It made Aquaman dangerous. Emperor Aquaman is a version of Aquaman that has never learned compassion, and that made him a truly ruthless ruler. He is at war with Wonder Woman and the Amazons, and might have even killed her too had Flash not restored the timeline. This is a man who sank the entirety of Western Europe in issue 1 of his comic. He is not to be trifled with. And we'd love to see this Emperor of Atlantis in Injustice 2 as a premiere skin of Aquaman. Martha Wayne. Yet another result of Flashpoint. In this timeline, Bruce Wayne dies after leaving the theater instead of his parents. As a result, his father becomes Batman. And his mother, unfortunately, goes insane and becomes the Joker. Just as unhinged as her canon counterpart, Martha does some real damage to Gotham as the Joker, even going as far as murdering Commissioner Gordon. She completely fits the Joker motif in this timeline, and even has her own version of Harley Quinn, Yo-Yo. Martha would be an excellent candidate to battle her main timeline son as a premiere skin for the Joker. Yellow Lantern Scarecrow. Absolutely the only candidate worthy on Earth to wield the Yellow Lantern Ring of Fear, Scarecrow enjoyed a brief stint in the Yellow Lanterns during the events of Blackest Night. Having sunk into a deep depression after being unable to experience fear anymore due to the absence of Batman, Scarecrow finds meaning again when the Yellow Lantern Ring is bestowed upon him. His time is short-lived in the comics thanks to Orange Lantern Lex Luthor, but we definitely feel like this concept is worth exploring more in Injustice 2 as a premiere skin for Scarecrow. Alan Scott. Hal Jordan may be the most recognizable Green Lantern, but a spot on the roster should definitely be considered for the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott. He is an incredibly powerful lantern in his own right, with his powers not coming from the core, but from a mystical entity that holds the magic collected by the Guardians of Oa, the Starheart. He's been exposed to it for so long that he can actually direct Green Lantern energy without needing a Lantern Core ring at all. Alan Scott is not to be trifled with, and the same could be said if he joined the cast of Injustice 2 as a premiere skin for Hal Jordan. And just look at that costume. Scott has style. The Dark Avatar. You thought Swamp Thing was scary? What if he had been corrupted? Well, that's exactly what Necron does in Blackest Night. A member of the Black Lantern Corps, this new Swamp Thing, dubbed the Dark Avatar, goes on a rampage in Star City. It takes the combined might of Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Firestorm, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, and Deadman to even slow the Dark Avatar down. Luckily for them, they are able to construct a new Swamp Thing, which promptly defeats this one. Black Lanterns are cool. Swamp Thing is cool. Let's see Black Lantern Swamp Thing as a premier skin for Swamp Thing. Lex Luthor, the God of Apocalypse. We know. Lex has already been a character in some capacity in Injustice, but with Darkseid joining the fray in Injustice 2, there's a rare opportunity that has been presented to NetherRealm. During the end of the Darkseid War event, after Darkseid's defeat, a large amount of energy is released from his body and flows into the bodies of those who fought him, granting everyone special abilities. Lex ends up absorbing the most energy out of the group, so much so that he becomes the new God of Apocalypse. Lex would honestly have been a worthy successor to Darkseid, and he'd be great as a premier skin for him in Injustice 2. Lex does eventually get bored of Apocalypse and does return to Earth though, so it might be interesting to see a costume of him after that fact as well. Telos. You would honestly be forgiven if you had no idea who Telos is, but he's incredibly powerful throughout the entire DC continuity. Created by the first Brainiac, Telos is his most faithful servant. He's so faithful, in fact, that this one guy has worked for every incarnation of Brainiac that has ever existed throughout the entire DC multiverse. He has several revelations about this fact that we won't spoil here, but he's incredibly important during DC's Convergence event. Telos should definitely be given an opportunity to fight for his master in Injustice as a premier skin for Brainiac. And we know that Brainiac's fighting style might not completely fit Telos, but Injustice itself is a whole what-if game, so let's go ahead and give Telos some Brainiac abilities. Tim Drake. With Damian Wayne as Robin, it's only fitting that we see some other versions of Robin make the jump into Injustice as well. And while we can't hope for unique characters of every single Robin ever, maybe we can at least get a premier skin of Tim Drake, Red Robin, for Damian Wayne. Tim's the third person to undertake the mantle of Robin, having replaced Jason Todd after his unfortunate run-in with the Joker. Eventually, he dons the mantle of Red Robin and strikes out as a hero on his own. While not as capable an acrobat as Damian or Dick, Tim is an incredibly smart fighter, and even managed to take down Superboy during the New 52 Teen Titans run. Red Robin can definitely hold his own. Superboy Prime. Superboy Prime is unquestionably one of the most dangerous alternate versions of Superman, even more so than the leader of the regime himself. With a ruthlessness nearly unrivaled in the DC universe, this unhinged version of Kal-El definitely needs to make an appearance. Raised on Earth Prime, a version of Earth where there are no superheroes, this version of Kal-El ended up falling down a dark path during the Infinite Crisis event. This is a character who punched reality so hard that it brought Jason Todd back to life. That kind of power would serve him well on the battlefields of Injustice. We'd like to see him make an appearance in his Anti-Monitor inspired armor as he strikes fear into the hearts of his enemies as a premier skin of Superman. As Superboy Prime says, he would kill the rest of the Injustice cast. Kill them to death. And that is our list of 10 premier skins we'd like to see in Injustice 2. What do you guys think? Did you guys like our list? Do you guys have any other ideas for premier skins you'd like to see pop up in Injustice 2? Is there anything I might have forgotten that would have been a better premier skin than what we listed? Go ahead and let us know in the comments. As always, thank you guys for your support. This is just another continuation of our Injustice coverage. The game comes out soon. We're getting super duper hyped for it, and we just can't wait to get our hands on it ourselves. So if you guys want to see more Injustice coverage, make sure you stick around. As always, we hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll catch you later.